Hello there, and welcome to sacredstardust.com and your reading with me, Marinea. So I shuffled your cards a little bit earlier, and the card you received, Jasmine, is Rites of Passage. And this card is related to which gemstone, do you think? To the Cuprite. That's right, Cuprite, Cuprite, the Cuprite gemstone. It's a beautiful looking stone, and if you can get your hands on a Cuprite at this time in your life, it could be very helpful for you. Even just printing out this card, as I will be sending you an image of it, could also be very helpful, as the frequencies, if you read on my website you'll read a bit about this, but the frequencies on an image can be just as powerful from a photograph as the actual stone. So the frequencies are still being emitted by the photograph. Sounds very far-fetched, but it has actually been proven. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the Cuprite. The Cuprite is a feminine aspect of the crystal hematite, which you might have heard of before. This is a very sacred stone, as it holds the medicine and energy for guiding you through the process of transformation and healing on a very deep level. This dynamic crystal invites you to sit with your pain and stop running away from your fears. It offers a space of deep healing and allows you to find the strength and courage to deal with life's challenges as you draw deep wisdom from this process. So the crystal tends to be a deep red kind of a color, sometimes even verging on a bit of a red to kind of a purple or violet kind of a color. And this crystal is related to the base or sacral chakras. So you can perhaps, while listening to this reading, place your hands on your base or sacral chakra, and you can also place the card directly on your base or sacral chakra. Perhaps you have not printed the card out yet. However, the wonderful thing about the recordings is that you can listen to them over and over again. Although at different points in your life, in your week or month or year, different crystals will be better for you and more adapted to what's going on with you physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even financially, and even in relationships. So, a quick rundown on the meanings of this crystal. So 1, it supports exploring the shadow self and healing deep issues. 2, it provides access to sacred ancient knowledge of the feminine. 3, it supports and holds you as you enter into the void. And 4, it supports you to feel like you belong here on earth. That's a very interesting one, because there's times where sometimes, especially when we're very intuitive or sensitive souls, we can sometimes feel a little bit out of place on this planet that tends to lack in empathy and be quite harsh. But this stone can help you in that aspect, to accept the world for what it is, not always a very nice place, and to protect yourself, have good strong boundaries, and feel like you really do belong here. And part of that is really what I call finding your tribe, finding like-minded people and even animals to connect with, as well as raising your frequency So how do you raise your frequency? That's by doing anything that's good for you, or anything that you love, anything that gives you that nice warm fuzzy feeling inside. Whether you love eating Mexican food or salsa dancing, meditation and yoga, swimming, walking, being out in nature, anything that is good for you and that makes you feel good. The more you do that, the higher your frequency will be. And that includes also what we watch and what we surround ourselves in, what we think about, what we listen to. So listening to uplifting music as opposed to sad or perhaps kind of low frequency music, such as perhaps punk, rock or music like that. That doesn't mean we can't watch this kind of music sometimes. Listen to this kind of music sometimes, but it's not good to listen to it all the time. It's the same with television and movies. Some of us love horror films or murder mysteries, and these are great to watch sometimes, but not all the time, as they tend to not be positive frequencies, and it's not a great way to raise our frequency watching or listening to these things regularly. And the same goes for how we feel about people. If you don't get a great feeling about someone, or you walk away and you don't like the way you feel, then perhaps that's a person you need to spend a bit less time around. The same can also be said about what we think about and talk about. So trying our hardest, although sometimes this can happen to all of us. We get caught up in life and, the meaningless things of life that seem so meaningful at the time, and we might talk badly about someone or think badly about someone. So as soon as we do get to that point, and we all do, especially when we're living in the modern world, when we get to that point of thinking or saying something not so nice about someone, something without a great intention, it's good to recognize it. And the more you recognize it, the more you can switch your brain into something more positive and get into the habit of that. And that's another great way to raise your frequency. And obviously crystals are another wonderful way to raise your frequency. So now I'm going to read to you the message from the universe in regards to the crystal which was chosen for you. Okay, so today you have attracted this card as a sign that you are entering into a powerful time, a time of rites of passage, as a deep honoring of the soul, and to live in a balanced, harmonious existence. It is essential that throughout specific times of your life, you are showered with sacred initiations and moments of celebration. This is known as rites of passage. Times to receive energetically all the fruits and gifts of your labor. Tribes throughout history understood the importance of these rites of passage and facilitated many ceremonies and rituals for these special times. In this honoring and recognition of the soul, you receive a deep knowing, respect, and love of self. These rites are a very important process, and they should be recognized. In recent times, the importance of rites of passage has been forgotten. However, energetically, you will still experience these sacred rites of passage, facilitated by your ancestors in spirit and the universal energy itself. The Divas of Cuprite are also here to assist you with this process. The Divas of Cuprite can also be thought of as the universe and the energy and messages which the universe transfers to you. So the Divas of Cuprite are here to assist you through this process as you transform from your old state of being and awaken into another, bringing about deeper understanding and self-awareness. This powerful process can sometimes be challenging as old ways of being are questioned and you are asked to let go and allow for new awareness to arrive. You may be feeling mixed emotions at present, like fear and confusion, or you could even be excited as your soul is open and ready for this powerful new change. How this affects you is unique and different for everyone. Rites of passage offer you the gifts of challenges and lessons and help you define who you are in this world, presenting an opportunity to master self-honor and respect. Whether you are experiencing a loss of a loved one, an ending or beginning of a relationship or friendship, or entering into a new phase in your life, know that this is a sacred and important time, a very sacred and important time of initiation for your soul's journey. Remember to step lightly and stay open as you transform through potent time and energy. I hope you enjoyed your reading today. This card Cuprite brings you the energy of rites of passage and the beautiful energies of the stone Cuprite. I hope that you can find guidance in the card that the universe has sent you today, and I wish you a beautiful day with much peace and love. Again, thank you for choosing me for your reading. My name is Marinea, and you can find me on my website, sacredstardust.com. Remember, we are all stardust. We come from stardust, and the universe comes from stardust. We are stardust. Thanks again. Bye-bye.